All right, welcome back. It's 25 minutes before 8 here on Morning Live. SABC Chairperson Prof Obed Maguvhe says the board is excited. The innovations and strategies on local content introduced by SABC COO Mr. Hlaudi Motsoeneng has been well received by other broadcasters on the continent. So the SABC has already met with some key stakeholders, including public service broadcasters, to discuss the possibility of rolling out this transformational drive to other African countries. Our acting CEO Jimi Matthews has added by saying Mr. Motsoeneng has the rare qualities of a leader, a seasoned broadcaster, and also an astute business mind whose main priority since taking over has always been to save the organization. He also raised significant funds and in the process saved numerous employees from losing their jobs. So in studio, we're joined by SABC spokesperson Kaizer Kganyago just to talk a little bit about these meetings and other issues as well. Good to have you. Welcome.
Good morning, Leanne.
Yeah, all right. So this 90% local and other African countries wanting to follow. So you just talk to us about the meetings that's been happening.
No, definitely there's a lot of interest from all over Africa after people had local content, not only the music content, but also issues around television content. They have shown interest, and we are talking to a lot of them who are interested in understanding how we came to this and how we are implementing it. And for us, it's something that is very great. As you have said in the intro, the board, through Professor Maguvhe, has indicated that these strategies, when we put them together, we wanted to make sure that we benefit the South African public. But now when we have got this interest from other African countries, it means the strategies that were spearheaded by Motsoeneng are now bearing a lot of fruit. And that is what he says in the, to us about this issue.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, do a lot of other African countries not have the same mandate of playing majority of their own home music, 90% versus 10% international? Or is it very much so how things used to be before this was implemented?
Having a mandate is one part, like we have always had a mandate. Yeah. But having to implement it is really something else. As people have always been saying, when Motsoeneng exposed this issue to say now we're doing it with immediate effect, that's why people all over are saying Mr. Motsoeneng came with a radical decision. And for us, it is the implementation is what is attracting a lot of attention from all the people throughout the continent.
Yeah, yeah. Which is it's fantastic. And I think that it's just such a, it's an exciting time that lies ahead for all of us and for our African counterparts. But when it comes to that local music, I mean, does it include African musicians as well? Does it include these artists in our lineup? No,
definitely. I remember at one of the press conferences, or they asked me that Motsoeneng, what do we mean by local? Yes. Do we include African music? And he said, we are in Africa. Therefore, that is an indication clear that our local music will include African artists that are not in South Africa.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So we talk about those good things, and I think South Africans widely welcomed that call. And I say widely because obviously there are some people that were not in favour of it, but the majority did. However, there's been a lot of criticism that the SABC has come under just over these recent times, particularly with a blackout on visuals that are happening at protests. You know, what's your response to South Africa when it comes to some of the very negative press that we've gotten out of this?
I think the people are deliberately misinterpreting what we are saying. And I keep on saying to most of the journalists I talk to, I think they have not read our statement, because we have made it very clear that people have got the right to protest. We have made it very clear in the statement that we will continue to cover their protest without fear or favor. But the only thing is we have taken a stand against the people who are playing to the gallery in terms of wanting to ban and destroy properties when they see the cameras in front of them. And we have got proof of instances, many instances, where our journalists get called and they say, come to us at this time, we're going to be doing this. They wait for you to arrive for them to start doing some of these things. And we are saying we have taken a stand, but we will continue to cover those protests without fear or favor. And we have said it very clearly. And the people are going around saying that we have banned something. We have not banned anything. We have told people in advance to say, if you think you're going to destroy property and we are going to then publicize that on our platforms, we are not going to do it. And we'll still tell people that 24 schools have been banned in that area, but those visuals where people are running amok and doing it and playing to the gallery, we are not going to do it.
Yeah, let's talk about some other stories, and that of course is the editors being dropped from SAFM. It caused a huge outcry, and a lot of people saying, and now what's going on? You know, it was something that was well established. Many people listened to it, and suddenly now it's being cancelled, not giving a voice to other editors. Different political visions are not allowed to be shared, and you know, these are some of the criticisms that have come up. I mean, again, your comment on you've had time to read some of these criticisms.
No, I did, Leanne, and the issue is very simple. People must understand that radio and television evolves. And the program you're talking about, it is that one and another one which we are going to be removing, which is on RSG.
So
they've been there for years.
Can we just get a confirmation on that one? There's been a lot of talk about that, so I'm going to add that into the mix. So is it official that Kommentaar on RSG is going to now be removed?
Yes, we are going to phase it out. It's a fact. And the reality is, let's take a simple example with the editor. The editor has been there since the 80s. And we have a program that has been there for this long. And then when we change it, and people then start complaining. And it is mainly the people in the print media, purely because we were interviewing them in these interviews. And I always ask them this question: do you put headlines of the SABC in your newspapers on a day-to-day basis? They don't. And they think we have got an obligation to interview them. We will put new innovative programs on our platforms, and we are going to change. The same way as they've got the right to change whatever feature is on their newspapers, we have got the right to change it. And we've made a decision that we're going to remove the editor, replace it with something that will be suitable at that particular time. And Mr. Motsoeneng always says, why do we always have to think that we have to follow newspapers when we can break our own stories ourselves? But in this particular instance, the brouhaha is caused by the fact that it was a platform where newspaper editors were coming to promote what is on their newspapers for free. And we are saying, come and pay. We are in the same market. Pay for this space, and we will talk about your headline news.
All right, just finally, the event that's taking place today, we've got Right to Know, who are going to be marching to the SABC's offices, 3 offices through the country. Do you know more about it? What's going to be happening there?
No, definitely they made us aware. We know that they'll be here sometime this morning. And obviously, because we don't know what is in the content of the memorandum, I will be going there to go and receive the memorandum from them.
Here in Auckland Park?
Yes, and then we will hear, and then we'll send some of our representatives in the other 2 provinces, I think is KZN and then Western Cape. They will go and collect the memorandums, and then we'll take it from there.
All right. Leave it there. Kaizer Kganyago, thank you very much for talking to us here on the program as the SABC spokesperson, talking to us about the issues that are facing the SABC and also that of a lot of good news coming from the African continent wanting to follow suit on the 90% local content on radio and television.